Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is April and you're welcome to my channel. If you are new here, then this is what you have to do. Please go to my channel, look through my videos. If you like what you see, then of course subscribe to my channel. And also don't forget, before I proceed into this video, like this video, give it a thumbs up. Yeah? You're done? Now let's get into this video. Today's video, this is basically a story time, and as you guys can tell from the title of this video and obviously from my thumbnail, and my thumbnails tend to be quite, how should I put it, some people have said outrageous. Yes, so today I'm going to be telling you guys two stories from my life which depict Ghanaian customer service. Of course, let me just be clear, not all customer service in Ghana is bad. I have had some amazing experiences both online and in person. So in person, I can say, for example, if you guys have heard of the restaurant called DNR at East Legon, that's on Lagos Avenue. It's a Turkish restaurant, and that is one of the best restaurants, honestly, that I have ever been to in Ghana in terms of customer service. And also, before I actually start with my stories, I would just like to make it clear that I have worked in a restaurant before. I have worked as a waitress in a restaurant before, and I know how the restaurant business is run in general. And I also know the responsibilities that each restaurant personnel is supposed to have. So the administrator, the manager, the waitresses, the hostesses. I know all of these things because I actually worked in a restaurant before. So I take customer service very seriously. For me personally, it affects me. So basically, yeah, customer service is a big deal to me. And unfortunately in Ghana, I have had a lot of negative experiences with customer service. So let's get into two stories today. So the very first story is the earlier one. So it happened before the pandemic. It happened before COVID-19 wahala. And this restaurant is actually quite a popular one in Accra. A lot of people know it. So of course I'm not going to mention the name of the restaurant, and I'm also not going to go into certain details because I don't want you guys to know exactly the place that I'm talking about. I'm sure a lot of you might be able to deduce it, but I personally just don't want to put the name of the place out there. Yeah, so I was going to this place with my boyfriend, and if you haven't yet met my boyfriend, you will find the link to the video where I introduce him right up here somewhere, and of course in the description box down below as well. Yeah, so I went to this place with my boyfriend, my sister, and one of my very closest childhood friends. So the four of us went together, and the thing about this place is that the marketing strategy is very, very, very good. So they know how to market themselves to make themselves look like they're such a cool place, and it's like the place is made for young people, for youths to go and chill, to go and have fun, and the decor is appealing, especially to the younger generation. So basically we went there, everything was okay. We placed our orders. Now this is an important moment because when we were placing the orders, so what is critical here is the order of one specific thing. Let me call it, I don't want to mention the name of what it is because if I do, it just gives such a big link to the place that I'm talking about. Yeah, so let me call it the sugary bananas. So each of us was ordering at least one sugary banana. So when I say at least, I mean at least one of us ordered even more than one sugary banana. So one person could have taken, I can't really recall exactly, but one person could have taken two sugary bananas and then the rest of us took one. Basically, there were a lot of sugary bananas. And of course, when we came and we were placing the orders for these sugary bananas and other things of the menu, we were basing our choices on a menu. So it was a standardized I guess menu, like the kind of menus that they give in like every restaurant. Like it's not anything, you know, special. So I mean, we placed our orders, everything seemed okay except for the fact that the waiters and the waitresses in this restaurant, they were just, I don't know the word to describe it, but it's like, should I say flippant? Like they just don't care about the customers. That's the thing. I don't know if they feel like they are so high and mighty or whatever, but it's like when you're looking for them, they are not there, okay? And then when you call them, then they'll say they are coming, and then they don't come, or they take ages to come, that kind of thing. But then when we went, it wasn't that busy. There were people around, but the place wasn't completely full. Even the manner in which they spoke to us is like, there was no politeness, you understand? It's like, I'm coming. Oh, you wait, I'm coming. Excuse me. And I mean, that wasn't that big of a deal, right? Like, whatever. we just dealt with it. The food came, everything was fine, and I personally like the food at this place. So even though I don't like the service, I actually like the food, and the prices of the food on the menu were also more or less reasonable. So we enjoyed the food, everything was okay, you know, we had an okay time. And then the bill came. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm the kind of person who always checks the bill. Yes, that's how I am. Like, I literally take the bill and I check every single thing on the bill, because I don't even want to start mentioning how many times in Ghana people have tried to cheat me. I don't like, I can't even start. They'll put things on the bill which I do not order. They'll put some strange costs which I'm like, where are they coming from? That kind of thing. And also sometimes, of course, people make mistakes. It's normal, it happens, you know. Sometimes things are billed which are not for you. Sometimes you're even undercharged. So I always check the bill. And of course, in this case, I was the one who checked the bill. And I was like, guys, what was the cost of the sugary bananas? Because the cost on the bill doesn't match the cost of the sugary bananas in the menu, okay? And everybody was like, oh my god, oh, like how, blah blah blah. And so we called the waitress and we asked for the menu just to compare the prices, and we did. And yes, there was a price difference, and maybe to some people this is not a significant price difference, but to me and to the people who I was with, it was a significant price difference. Each sugary banana was overpriced by like 5 or 6 cedis thereabout. And just keep in mind that we ordered quite a number of things, so the bill was like hitting maybe 200 cedis thereabouts. We were 4 people, so I guess that would kind of make sense. But my point is that each of us had a budget, so when we were selecting what we wanted of the menu, we knew the exact prices of what we wanted. Or at least my sister and I knew. I feel like girls pay attention to these things more than guys, because my boyfriend and my other friend who was with us, they don't really care that much about costs, but I care and my sister cares, so we were like, what the fuck, seriously. So we saw this difference, and of course you should keep in mind that it wasn't one sugary banana, but each of us ordered at least one sugary banana, so it was quite a number of sugary bananas. And so we called the waitress. Of course I had to speak to him, because a lot of the time I'm the one who is tasked with these kinds of tough things, that is speaking to managers, waitresses, waiters, or just talking about certain issues, or complaining, reporting, and that kind of thing, because people have just told me that there is a way in which I do it which is good or something. So yeah, I was the one who was speaking to the waitress, and you know, I asked her like, what's up with this price difference. I explained to her that what was in the menu was different from what was in the bill. So I showed it to her, I opened the menu, I showed her what we ordered, and then I showed her the bill, and I explained to her that that is not what we agreed on. And her response was basically that, oh, she's so sorry, and that they changed the prices, that, oh, the prices in the menu are outdated. And I was like, that's fine, that's okay, but you didn't warn us beforehand, and it's not indicated in the menu. A lot of the times I've seen in restaurants where they put the new cost over the old cost, so they can even use like a piece of paper to do that. They don't have to change the whole menu, or alternatively they just tell you. So when you come and you're ordering a specific thing, in this case it was a sugary banana or sugary bananas, because there were multiple of them. So I told her all of this, and she was like, oh, we are sorry, there is nothing we can do about it. And again, the manner in which she said all of these things is like, she did say she's sorry or they are sorry. I'm sure that you guys know those situations where it's like what the person says is okay, but the gestures that the person makes, the body language, the facial expression and all of that just shows that they don't care, or is like, whatever, like that kind of attitude. So I was like, okay, you know what, call me the manager. Call me the manager. I mean, that's so typical of me. Yes. So what happened? The manager came, and guys, this conversation with the manager was basically one of the worst conversations I have ever had in my entire life. The manager came, and she was an older woman, not elderly, but older, maybe in her early 40s. She was basically in her 40s. And when she came, before she even said anything, her facial expression and her gestures and everything were just defensive. Like, it was obvious that like she was coming to say that you people, there is nothing that you can say, you know, like we don't care, like pay what is on the bill. So she came and she was like, yes, what's the problem? And so I explained to her the problem. At this point in time, I was still okay, you know, I thought that we could resolve the situation and make her believe, you know what I mean. So she was like, so your problem is some, and then she mentioned the number of CDs difference. So I don't know, the difference could have been like maybe 20 CDs or 20 something CDs. She was like, so that's your problem. And I was like, yes, that is my problem. And let me just make it clear that there were other people sitting around us. So she was like, well, I mean, you pay what is on the bill. You don't pay the cost that is in the menu. And I was like, okay, so if you put something on the bill which I did not even order, I'm supposed to pay for that? When I came into the restaurant, I agreed to pay the prices that were stated in your menu. That is the point of call. That is what any customer is supposed to refer to. Otherwise, it would just mean that you can literally state any price you want in the bill, and that is what would have the final say. Otherwise, you could just cheat me left and right and claim that you changed the prices. I was not aware of this. Your waitress didn't make me aware of this. It was not stated in your menu that this is what has happened. So no, I'm sorry, you cannot do this to me. And the thing is that let me just make it clear that there were other people around us, and this woman was just like, so this price is your issue, eh? This price is your issue. And she was like, so you are saying that you can't pay? And the manner and everything in which she said it, she was obviously trying to embarrass me in front of people and you know, all that. And I just looked at her and I was like, yes, I cannot pay and I am not going to. I mean, I can't pay, so I can't pay. And I think that answer actually shocked her, because I think she expected me to say, it's okay, let me pay. But I was like, no, hell no. Hell to the no. And guys, let me just make it clear that this is actually quite common for restaurants to put different prices in the bill as compared to what was in the menu. And a lot of the time, customers don't realize this because they just don't pay attention to what is written in the bill. You just go to the restaurant, right? You see it in the menu, you think, oh, this is cool, the price is cool, right? It's not so expensive. And then when the bill comes, especially when you order quite a lot of things, you just look at the bill and you're like, okay, 103 cedis. Okay, let me pay 103 cedis, and you tip, or you don't tip. Most people in Ghana don't tip. Also, oftentimes when the bill comes, people are either distracted or they have to leave. So basically, it is a technique that restaurants use to be able to just make more money. The prices that are in the menu are meant to attract customers to purchase a particular thing or particular items. And me, I have no problem with that too, as long as I don't notice it. But if I have noticed this and I have caught you in the act, own up and take responsibility for your actions. At the end of the day, I'm in a lower bargaining position than you are in. I am a customer and you are a business, and generally speaking, businesses have more money than an individual, right? That is the assumption that we mostly operate under. And I don't know, of course, if they're making losses or if they're making profits or if they're breaking even. I don't know. But generally speaking, from observation, you can see that this place gets quite a lot of customers. They usually have quite a lot of customers, or they're completely full. Their marketing strategy is fantastic. They are one of the trending restaurants in Accra, you understand? So generally speaking, from all of these facts put together, of course, I'm in a lower bargaining position as an individual as compared to a whole business. So if you want, you can call your higher boss, higher manager, whatever. But you're not going to take extra money from me. And I said I don't have the money. Okay, in reality, I did have that extra money. It wasn't that much. But guys, it's not always about the money. It's also about the principle, you understand? I don't like being cheated, and I usually take precautionary measures to make sure that I'm not cheated. So when I find out that, okay, you are trying to outsmart me, I am going to out you. So no, you cannot trample on me and make it seem like, yeah, you are the manager, you have the higher say. It's not going to work. So at the end of the day, she did some long things. I think she went to call someone or something. I don't know. But she came back and she was like, okay, fine. Pay the prices that are in the menu. And I was like, thank you. So that is basically how that story ended. And later on, I put a negative review on Google about this place, and I got a call from one of their main directors, and it was a man who basically asked me what happened. I explained the situation exactly as it occurred, and he asked me to describe this lady manager, and I did do that. And he apologized profoundly. You know, he was like, of course she was wrong, and that it was the restaurant's mistake, because it was the restaurant's mistake. And generally speaking, in these kinds of situations, what happens is that the restaurant, of course, is supposed to bear the cost of the mistake, and then they are supposed to penalize the staff who didn't do what they were supposed to do. If in this case the waitress was meant to inform us about this price difference, then they ought to have penalized her and not us, the customers, for something that is really not our fault. He just apologized, and he offered me I think a free gift meal voucher or something like that, but I didn't take it, and I never went back to that place again. And as you guys can see, this video is going to be quite lengthy, so I have a little bit of a surprise for you. There is going to be a part 2 where, as promised, I'm going to be telling you my second customer service experience in a story time format. So watch out for that video, because that story is also quite a shocking one. So I'll see you guys in the part 2 of this video. Bye.